Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on that channel. And for those that are just joining us, we started with the basic alteration. We are on the blouse. This is the blouse series. We have the skirt series and we have the trouser series. So we have, in the last tutorial, we drafted the basic pattern for the blouse. So this is the front blouse and this is the back pattern. Please, if you have not seen it, I would want you to go and check for the video so that you'll be able to connect with us as we go on with the alteration. So today we are going to start, today we are altering this pattern to the Igbo blouse pattern, the blouse with the strap. So to begin with, the first thing we need to do is to get the midpoint of the shoulder here. So I'm going to put my tape rule here and I'm going to mark the midpoint of this shoulder from this place to this place. I'm going to mark the midpoint this way. And then I'm going to connect that line here to the bust point like that. Okay, so you remember I told you when taking your measurement, for this type of style, we are going to need a sleeve measurement. That is from your neck here. You mark where you want, how deep you want the neckline to go. So for this pattern here, we are using from the very top of the line here, we are using 7. So you can try yours. You may want it to go deeper or you may want it higher. But for this tutorial, I'm going to be using 7. And then from here, I'll connect the line this way. So on this point here, this is where I'm going to take the dart here. On this line here, I'm going to take in 0.7 on both sides and mark 0.75. Why am I using 0.75? Because I'm working with a big size. If you're working with a smaller size like 36, you can use 0.75. And if you're working with a very big size like 42, bust 42 upward, bust 42, you can use 1 inch on both sides. So I'm using 0.75 on both sides for this. So let's move on to the underbust. Like the last draft we made for the princess that was here, I used a method, and I told you that on the blouse, I'm going to teach you how to use another method. Either of the method works perfectly well. So now I'm going to look for the difference between my bust and my underbust. So the underbust I'm using for this draft is 34. 34 divided by 4 will give me 8.5. So I'm supposed to mark 8.5 here. But how am I going to do it? Now from the center front here, I'm going to mark ½ inch like this. ½ inch from this line outward, ½ inch. And then I'm going to measure what I have left from the center front. I'm going to measure what I have here. So here I have 2.75. So that 2.75, I'll bring it here to this line here, 2.75. This is the 2.75 here. And I'm going to continue to 8.5. Now this is where I have my 8.5. I'm going to measure what I have left. And it is like ½ inch. So the ½ inch, I'm going to bring it to that leg on this side. I hope you understand what I just did now. Now on this side, I took ½ inch, and then I measured from here to this ½ inch that I took. What I have 2.75, I brought it to that leg and measured from here to the waist, to the end here. Now we got to this place. What I have left here is ½ inch. So I brought the ½ inch here. That is what I'm going to use to contour the underbust line. So the next thing I will do is to take my ruler here and mark the line. So this is, you make sure that your ruler is sitting properly so that you have a nice curve. And on this side, I will do the same thing. Okay, so that is it. So the next thing you will do is to take your ruler and connect it to the very bottom of the blouse like that. On this side, you connect it to the bottom this way. I hope you can see that. So the next thing we are going to do now is, now on this chest line here, the new chest line we just made here, you will need your strap to strap measurement. Your strap to strap measurement, for some people is 10, for some it can be 10.11. So on this draft here, we are using 10.5. We are using 10.5. So 10.5, if you divide it by 2, you have 5.25. So if yours is 10, if you divide it by 2, you have 5. So this is how you are going to measure it. From the center here, you will measure it from here to this first dark line. So when I measured it here, this is what I have. So I'm going to carry whatever I have and move it to this second dark line here and measure the 5.25. So this is where I have the 5.25. So that will be my measurement for the upper chest here. So now we want to construct the neckline. So depending on what you want, I want this neckline to be a sweetheart neckline. So I'm going to come down by 1.5 here. 1.5. So now I have to cut this dart line because I want to close this dart here so that I can construct the line. So before I do that, before I cut it off, I don't want the bottom part to be straight. I want it to have a curve. So here I will come up by 1 inch here by the side, and then from the end here I will come up, I will go down by 1 inch, and then I will use my ruler to connect those two lines together. I don't want it to be straight, I want to have it curvy. So I hope you can see that. So the down will not be straight. So now that we've done that, I'm going to use this ruler to extend the dark line to the bottom. So now we can cut this line open because I want to close this dark line. So, and then now I can even close my bust dart here. I can close the bust dart here. Before you can close any dart, you have to open up a dart. I'm saying that for those that are beginners so that you can learn. Our classes are beginners friendly. You can learn from the scratch. So here I'm going to close it up. So now that it's closed, you can see that the side here is not equal. So I'll just bring my ruler and then make it equal on this side. I hope you can see that. So that is done. So the next thing I want to do now is I want to work on this side. So I'm going to close this upper chest line this way so that I can construct my. So I'm going to bring this ruler to construct the sweetheart neckline. If you want it to be deeper, you can make it. You can use 2. Depending on what you want. So here on this side here, I want to come down by ½ inch because I want it to be a little bit curvy here. So this is my ½ inch like that. So this is it. So this is what I have for the front. So now that that is done, let me open it up so you can see it's a sweetheart neckline. So now we need to construct the shoulder, the off shoulder. So I'm going to measure from the tip here and to the real armhole. To the real armhole, and look for the midpoint. So whatever the midpoint is, you will now place it here. This place where we have the chest line here, you place it here down this way. So now we want to construct the new armhole. So you bring it down like that and roll it out. So now this is going to be our new armhole. Then you use your ruler, your curved ruler. Be careful, don't make it too curvy so that your armpit will not be showing. So this here is now our new off shoulder. So when that is done, we need to cut it out, but we are not done yet. We are going to bring out the strap from this place. So let's quickly cut off this way. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, this is what we have. You can see this is the midpoint, this is the side, and this is the center. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the two back together this way, as if I want to join it. So what I want to do here is I want to remove from this place, I want to remove the strap measurement. So from this line, so from this center line, I'm just going to mark 1.5. 1.5 is okay for the strap measurement, and here I'll mark 1.5. So from here, this 1.5 here will be my strap measurement. So please, I want you to pay attention to this place so that your strap will not be coming off. Just come here and take away 1/2 inch and then mark the 1/2 inch to the shoulder tip this way. And once you have it, you can cut it off. So this one, this is my shoulder, this is my sleeve, my strap, sorry. This is my strap, we don't need this again. So this is my strap. So I'm going to write here, this is my front. This is my front strap. So this is it. Very easy, very easy. So here I have my body and I have my strap. So I'm going to cut 2 of these because I'm going to use this, and then on the other side, then I'm going to cut for the back separately. So this is something else I want to show you. It is not compulsory, but if you want it, most of the time we see those Igbo blouses with curve, with like an arc curve from the under bust, and it gives it a lot of fitting. So what we normally do is on the center part you come down by 1/2 inch here, and then you put the design together. Just put the draft together like this, and then take your curved ruler. From that 1/2 inch you will curve it all the way to the end like this, to the side. See, this is the side front, this is the center front here. So what you do is you cut it off. You cut it off this way, just in front, please. This applies to the front alone. So you can see now when we sew it, it's going to be this way, and this is going to be like this. So when you want to sew, you add your, here, this is center front. This one will be on fold here. This will be on fold. You add ½ inch to this side to join this place to this place. You add ½ inch here. Then on the side here, you add like 2 inches or 2.5 inches. On the bottom side, you add your ½ inch allowance or 1 inch to turn it with the lining. Then this and this, you join it together. You add ½ inch on this side, ½ inch on this side to join it. This place will be on fold. Remember, it's together with the front, so it's going to be on fold. So this one is going to join to this one here. So I'm putting an arrow to show which one I'm joining to which one. So by the time you join it together, it's going to form a beautiful arc. So that is that for the front. So let's go to the back. So I'm going to put it together, the front and the back. So if you want to see the sewing of this beautiful blouse, please just communicate with me on the comment section. Just put on the comment section sewing the blouse. Just say I'm interested. Once you put I'm interested, then I know that you are interested, and then I'll sew it when I look at the number of people that are interested in me sewing this blouse. Okay, so let's quickly go to the back pattern. So this is the back pattern we have here. So the first thing I want to do here is I want to the 1 inch. We came down by 1 inch here for the shaping of the lower blouse. So that is what I'm doing now. I'm going to give it the shape just like we did for the front part. So that is the shape. Then here for the back, here I came in here by 0.75. This is a blouse, so I want it to be fitted. I came in here by 0.75, 0.5, 0.5, and every other thing is just the same thing. So the same way we did for the front, we are going to look for the half, yes, the center of this back, and then we are going to connect this center here to the draft, to the bust, to the that point we made here. Then remember we came down by 7 inches for the upper chest line. We came down by 7 inches for the upper chest line. If you want yours to go lower, you can go by 8, but I think 7 is just beautiful. Just try it and see what you like. Then on both sides here, we are going to, on this line, we will take ½ inch just to tighten this back, ½ inch. So on both sides here, I will go in by 0.25, 0.25, because we just want to tighten it a bit, just by ½ inch. I hope you understand. It's very simple. By the time you watch it and pay attention, I'm sure you will get it. So here, we are going to measure the 5 point. You remember we used it's supposed to be 5.5, 5.5, sorry. So we are going to measure what we have here, and what I have here, I'm going to take it and continue here until I get to my 5.25. So this is where the 5.25 is. From here, I measured from this. I did not measure from this line because we are going to cut this back tightening. So I measured from here, and I stopped here, carried it here, and measured until I got my 5.25 here. So the next thing we will do is, remember we took the half of the straight line here. So the half of the straight line here, let me even see the number, 4. So from here, you come down by 4. From this 5 inch, you come down by 4 here. From this 5, you come down by 4, and then you draw the line, straight line, to the edge of the fabric this way to the draft here. So now I've created another line, and I'll come with my curve ruler. This is for, yes, so this here is for the off shoulder. So on the neckline, you can decide to come down by 1, 1.5, 2, depending on the kind of style you want to give your back. And then I'm going to use this curve ruler to give it a little curve here. So that is it for the back draft. Don't forget to extend your dart line to the bottom. So here we can have your zip allowance. So the way you do it is you come out by 1 inch. Make sure you measure from where you have this intake. Measure from where you have this intake here, so that you don't have you can still tighten your bag. So this is it. Follow this curve for your zip. So this is where we're going to have our zip allowance. So when you cut it out, cut this pattern out. You can also close those places before you mark your, but you can see that it's equal, it's okay. So we cut the pattern, you can cut it out like that. Remember, we are still going to remove our strap. We are still going to remove our strap, so please, you won't throw the upper pattern away yet until you cut out the strap from it. So I'm just going to cut it out, and then we'll cut the strap. Okay, so this is the back here. So we are going to do the same thing we did to the front. I'll put it together like that. I'll put it together, and then I'll measure the same thing I measured for the front. 1.5 this way, 1.5 this way. And then I'll roll it out. We don't need this again, we don't need this anymore. So this is the back strap. Remember to remove your 5" from the neck here, so that the strap can stand, will lay properly on your shoulder. So this here is the back strap. This is the back strap. So let's cut it out. We are almost done, or let's say we are done. So that is that for this beautiful pattern. So this is the back pattern here. We are going to cut 2 and add it to the strap, and here we have the front pattern. Wow, I hope you have enjoyed this class as much as I have to. So if you want me to put this on the fabric, if you want me to transfer it to the fabric and sew it, just put in the comment section, transfer to fabric, I'm interested. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode. The next episode, we are going to draft another blouse, but this time around it's not going to be with strap, it's just going to be off the shoulder. Thank you for watching. See you soon.